Suppose you start with a full tank of gas, 15 gallons, in your truck after driving 4 hours. You now have 9 gallons left. If X is the number of hours you've been driving, then Y is the number of gallons left in the tank. At what rate is your truck using gas? State your answer as a reduced fraction. All right, so we are looking for the first answer is the rate that the truck is using gas. It says the truck is using gas at a rate of what per hour? It has blank gallons per hour. So I'm looking for gallons per hour. Also notice that right above that second paragraph says if X is the number of hours you've been driving, then Y is the number of gallons left in the tank. So it's actually telling us how the variables should be defined when we're coming up with our slope, and also then later it's asking us to find the equation of the line in y equals mx plus b form. So the x and the y have already been assigned to certain variables. So x is going to be hours and y is gallons. Now, knowing that, I can go ahead and look for some ordered pairs. It starts off by saying, suppose you start with a full tank of gas, 15 gallons. So I know y is gallons, so I'm going to put 15 under y. And then what would be the x that would go along with that though? Because it doesn't say how many hours we've been driving explicitly, but it does say that we just started. So if we just started, we have driven 0 hours, right? Then if in the next sentence it says after driving 4 hours, you now have 9 gallons left. So now I have another ordered pair, 4, comma 9. Okay, so I've got these two ordered pairs now. And I could think of those as, you know, x1 and y1. Okay, and it's ordered pair. And then I also have x2 and y2 over here, ordered pairs. Okay, so what formula do we know really when it said find the equation of the line and you saw y equals mx plus b? Hopefully you were remembering the slope intercept form of a line, form of a linear equation is y equals mx plus b, and the m is your slope, commonly known as the rise over run, and more formally known as m equals y2 minus y1, meaning you just find the difference in the y's to see how far apart they are vertically, the 2 points that you're dealing with. And then x2 minus x1 to see how far apart the 2 points are horizontally. And then b, what does b represent? B represents the y-intercept. Now, let's go ahead and plot these two ordered pairs because I want you to notice something here. If we plot 0, 15, let's just turn this one off for a minute. There's 0, 15 right there. Notice where it is. It's on the y-axis. Well, that makes sense because x is 0, meaning we have not moved left or right, so we're still there on the y-axis. So what I want you to notice here is that anytime you have an ordered pair where your x value is 0, that means it is a y-intercept. So now we actually already have the b for the linear equation, which is going to be 15. Okay, that's your y-intercept. That's the place where the line is going to cross the y-axis. But we just need the slope now. And since we have the slope formula and we have 2 points, 2 ordered pairs, we can now calculate the slope. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to plug into the slope formula. We're going to start with y2 is 9 on top and x2 is 4. I like to line up my partners. So I started with the y value of the second point in the top and the x value of the second point, which is 4, in the bottom. Now I'm going to subtract. On top, I'm going to use the y value of the first given point, 15, and in the bottom, its partner, the x value of the first given point, which is 0. Now we just simplify and we'll be pretty much done here. So 9 minus 15 is negative 6. 4 minus 0 is just 4. And since we can write 6 as 3 times 2, and we can write 4 as 2 times 2, and since 2 divided by 2 is just really 1, then we can simplify the slope to be just negative 3 halves, negative 3 over 2. So now we just found the answer to our problem. Y equals negative 3 halves is the slope times x plus the y-intercept 15. So that is our y-intercept. Let's go back to the problem. Let's see, like this. Okay. So notice the truck is using a gas at a rate of a gallons per hour. Now, why should I know that that answer needs to be miles per hour? Because it says gallons per hour, right? Gallons per hour, which is exactly what we had when we were doing our slope calculation. We were doing gallons in the top and hours in the bottom. Gallons divided by hours. Gallons per hour. So even though we didn't write it here, we really could have written 3 gallons for every 2 hours. Gallons per hour. Okay, so that is going to be our slope, and the equation of the line, we put that slope next to x, and then add on the y-intercept. And we can do one more thing to kind of verify that all of this makes sense. I highly recommend graphing. I know a lot of us kind of avoid graphing because it has at some point been frustrating for you, but I encourage you to start graphing and using it as a way to understand what you're doing, because it makes a huge difference. If you start graphing, even when you don't actually have to graph, you may find that you start to feel like it's actually helpful rather than something that can make you nervous. So if I graph 0, 15 right here and 4, 9, and then I graph this equation, if I, go 3, down 3 and over 2, down 3 and over 2, I should hit this. I can verify that visually first. Okay, notice here's my first point. I'm going to go from left to right. I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3 over 2, 1, 2. Down 1, 2, 3 over 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3 over 2. 1, 2, 3 over 2. And there I am. Also, if I graph the actual line, this linear equation in this graphing applet, Desmos, is really just connecting perfectly my 2 points. And every time I go down 3 units and over 2, or 6 units and over 4, I'm always landing on that line. So it's all working out. Let's just do maybe one more really quick. Suppose you start with a full tank of gas, again, 15 gallons, and after driving 4 hours, you now have 9 gallons left. So again, we have 2 ordered pairs with the X being gallons. I don't know why I do that backwards. X is hours and Y is gallons. And we now have X1 and Y1 given right away. At no hours of driving, we have 15 gallons of gas. And then our second point, X2 and Y2, we have 4 hours of driving and 9 gallons of gas. So we find our slope by subtracting the two y values. So 9 minus 15 on the top, and then 4 minus 0 on the bottom. Or as I was showing it before, I kind of like doing start with my second point and put the y on the top and the x on the bottom. Then go to my my first point and put the y on the top and the x on the bottom. Then we simplify. 9 minus 15 is -6. And 4 minus 0 is just 4. And then this simplifies to 3/2. Is this the exact same problem I just did? I thought it was actually different, but I mean, I guess it was different. No, it's the exact same problem. Oh, okay.